they are not nutritious, many frozen fruits and vegetables actually retain more nutrients than when they are eaten fresh. Using frozen fruits and vegetables is about convenience. Best of all, they last longer and they cost less. Look for the Island Garden brand at your favorite supermarket or call 662-0909 to place an order today. At Island Garden, we assure you that our products are locally grown and nutritiously sealed.
Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
In cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew says St. Kitts and Nevis will be taking a multi-pronged approach to the recent upsurge in crime in the Federation. During a roundtable discussion with the media on Wednesday afternoon, the Prime Minister said coming out of the regional symposium in Trinidad and Tobago on violence in the region, one of the approaches would be to intervene at the early childhood level.
A damaged child becomes a dangerous adult. And so the evidence has shown that if you intervene early with a number of evidence-based approaches, you can really solve the problem. I called the Minister of Education, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, the Deputy Prime Minister, and asked him to put in place quickly a task force to look at making preschool accessible for all of our preschoolers. Because the earlier we intervene is the more success we will have. And also to look at child care for children who are not yet preschool age but need to have the opportunity to be in a wholesome environment. Because the research showed that between 0 and 5, if you get it right, it is very unlikely you'll get it wrong after that.
He said there must be an effort to reach out to the gang members to establish some sort of mediation.
We are also pursuing active engagement among those who are in these organizations to deal with it from a mediation standpoint as well. So we are looking at it, deal with it from a mediation standpoint, but also robust police tactics to detect. And to make sure we work hard to get the guns off the streets and those who we know are involved in criminal activities, to make sure that we do the policing that we have to.
The Prime Minister also commended the security forces for the efforts in launching Operation Reassurance.
The security forces have responded positively and to some extent proactively as well. And they have put into place Operation Reassurance. And I want to thank the Commissioner of Police, Commissioner Sutton, and of course the Commander of the Defense Force, Comrie, who have been working closely together along with the other agencies to ensure that we have a systematic approach to deal with the current situation. And I think that the approach is yielding results.
According to the police, Operation Reassurance will see the various departments of the security forces stepping up their day-to-day operations and police officers increasing their presence in the communities. The police force is advising the general public that several larceny reports have been received in recent weeks. In a larceny alert issued on Wednesday, the police force stated that thefts of personal property ranging from items as small as cell phones to bicycles and bulk consumable items like foodstuff have been reported at police stations across the Federation. The police force strongly advised the general public to be extremely mindful of how and where they store or leave their possessions. The police say that personal items that can be easily transported, whether in an open or concealed manner, should be properly secured, as larceny is very often a crime of opportunity. Anyone caught in the act or suspected of committing the offense of larceny will be apprehended by law enforcement. Confirmed assailants will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The police are also reminding the public that the concealment, possession, and purchase of goods and property reported as stolen is a criminal offense. That means that anyone found with stolen goods in their possession will be prosecuted. The alert concluded by stating that the police force is committed to maintaining law and order for the protection and benefit of citizens and residents in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Silaine Phipps and Tyreek Jones have been convicted for the possession of firearm and possession of ammunition on April 17, 2023. Both have been sentenced to serve 3 years in His Majesty's prison on each charge, with their sentences to set to run concurrently. The conviction stems from a gun find in October 2021. During a security check at the entrance of Club Dubai, a night spot in Bastille on October 22nd, a Beretta PX-4 Storm pistol and several rounds of 9mm ammunition were found in Phipps's bag. She was taken into police custody along with Jones. Phipps was charged on October 26th and Jones was charged on October 28th, as he was a police officer at the time, and the matter was referred to the Director of Public Prosecutions for advice. They were both remanded to prison. The Traffic Department has reported that over 1,000 tickets were issued from January 2022 to present for failure to follow traffic signs. This was announced by Sergeant Sophia Henry during her appearance on ZIZ Radio's program On the Road on Wednesday.
From last year to present, the overall total of tickets that were issued for failing to comply with traffic signs, failing to comply with the 30 minutes, failing to comply with direction of police, failing to comply with traffic sign to no right turn, we have 1,711 tickets issued so far from January last year to present.
She also provided the breakdown of some of the tickets issued.
Failing to comply with traffic sign, that's if you park for the yellow line or something that said no parking. We have 1,122 tickets that were issued. We have 133 pending before court. We have 348 unpaid tickets and 641 paid. The 30 minutes parking, we have 30 unpaid tickets, 82 paid, and 15 case pending. That's 127. Fail to comply with direction given by a police officer. If a police officer sees you park somewhere and they ask you to move on, and you fail to do so, that's also an offense. We have 4 paid tickets, 6 unpaid. We don't have any pending.
Sergeant Henry noted that the signs are strategically placed and as such persons must adhere to them. On the Road airs every Wednesday on ZIZ Radio at 9:30 a.m. during the morning show with GQ. After the break, Sweden's ambassador presents credentials and Minister of Education attends Council of OECS Ministers of Education meeting. Stay with us.
Here are your Horseman's Value Mart IGA specials.
Running April 20th to May 3rd.
Now your Value Club Blue Tax specials. Nature Valley granola bars just $13.49. Palm cooking sprays $13.49. Chef Warrior decanned pastas and micro pastas just $5.99. Essential and everyday canned fruits $8.99. Banquet ground and served breakfast sausages $8.99. IGA and Essential Everyday Cereals, just $9.99. And now our very low weekly
Value deals! Kind cereal bars, $6.99. Post honey bunches of oats and pebble cereals, family size, $16.99. Hammer toothpaste, $12.99. IG and Essential Everyday Frozen Vegetables, $5.99. All Orchard Apple Juice, $8.99. Orville Red and Bucker Popcorn, $9.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Tell them in Spanish.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en
Value Mart!
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Welcome back. Ambassador-designate of the Kingdom of Sweden, Anders Bengtsson, presented his credentials to Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Marcella Liburd, GCMG JP, on Wednesday at Government House. The two discussed continued relations with both countries to deepen ties. St. Kitts and Nevis enjoys visa-free access to Sweden, as Sweden is part of the Schengen Agreement, which allows visa-free access for a period of 90 days. Discussions included topics of training, Sweden's involvement in CARICOM, as it is listed as a development partner of the Caribbean Development Fund, and existing memoranda of understanding. A brief of the visit from Government House stated that Sweden urges St. Kitts and Nevis to inquire about the current status of the MOU proposal and assess the potential benefits based on its stipulated terms. For example, at the 19th meeting of the Council for Foreign and Community Relations in 2016, Margot Wallström, former Foreign Affairs Minister of Sweden, discussed issues such as climate change and renewable energy, as well as a proposal by Sweden and the Nordic countries to conclude a memorandum of understanding to facilitate cooperation in a range of areas. St. Kitts and Nevis's honorary consul to Sweden is Dr. Joy Kathleen Allen Ferdinand. Ambassador Bengtsson is scheduled to meet with Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew and the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, Minister of Foreign Affairs. He will also be in attendance to Diplomatic Week next week. St. Kitts and Nevis is being represented at the 8th Council of OECS Ministers of Education meeting in Antigua and Barbuda this week by Minister of Education Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley and Permanent Secretary Lisa Romaine Pestana. The two-day event from the 19th to the 20th of April is being guided by the theme Touching Lives Through Data-Driven Development. Minister Hanley, along with his colleagues, will be exploring critical concerns that will lead to the transformation of education in the region. Included on the agenda for the two-day session are an education report on the status of education, the implementation of the OECS education sector strategy, and the OECS digital learning system. The 8th OECS Council of Ministers of Education meeting will also feature a youth-led panel discussion entitled Youth Speaks Education. The segment will provide a platform for youth participants to engage in dialogue on issues in education. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, joined the global leaders in a virtual Island Innovations Island Finance Forum, which kicked off on Tuesday morning and pitched the country's Sustainable Island State vision. Dr. Douglas said the Sustainable Island State vision depends on the ability of vulnerable islands, like St. Kitts and Nevis, to access finance on the international market. He repeated the call for the implementation of the Multidimensional Vulnerability Index, MVI. Dr. Douglas urged the global community to reform the global financial architecture that locked small island states out of concessional financing for sustainable development. He praised the efforts of Prime Minister Motley of Barbados and expressed hope for a positive outcome of the joint meeting organized by Barbados and France in Paris in June on a new global financial pact. The virtual meeting on Tuesday included 6,000 island stakeholders representing government, research and innovators, and private sector representatives from across the world. Dr. Douglas's intervention was an invitation for potential partners to visit and work with the Federation for win-win partnerships on strategic projects in green technology, sustainable agriculture, and light manufacturing. Dr. Joel Clark, Minister of Sustainable Development, Environment and Climate Action, will also join the conference to talk about the future of sustainable development policy. The Island Finance Forum takes place from the 18th to the 20th of April under the theme Investments for Sustainable Development. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is preparing to host the Diplomatic Week slated for Sunday, April 23rd to Friday, April 28th. That's according to Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kay Bass, while appearing on the weekly radio and television program In Focus on Wednesday, April 12th. Ms. Bass stated that the week will open on Sunday, April 23rd with a church service at the Antioch Baptist Church. On Monday, April 24th, the ambassadors will engage with students of the Neva Sixth Form College, the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College, as well as with students of the Charlestown and Gingerland secondary schools. Several ambassadors will also present credentials to Her Excellency Dame Marcella Liburd, GCM-GJP, Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, and to Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. The opening ceremony for Diplomatic Week 2023 is scheduled for Tuesday, April 25th. On Wednesday, April 26th, the ambassadors will journey to Nevis for a tour, while Thursday, April 27th, is designated as Diplomatic Boulevard, where the public will get a chance to interact with the ambassadors. Diplomatic Week climaxes on Friday, April 28th, with a staff retreat. Ms. Bass said during that time the foreign policy will be discussed. Coming up in regional news, regional linesmen put on winning performances. The details.